Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe in this crazy time. So today I was thinking about talking about mental health, and especially with the lockdown, as you know, it's a challenging and tricky time for everyone. And for those who do have mental health, this is going to be even tougher for you. So I just thought, I'll get on here, I'll have a little chat and spread some awareness about it for people who, don't necessarily have mental health, or who not so much don't understand for the people who do, but just to sort of see it in another light kind of thing. So if you're wondering why I'm talking about this, you might think, oh, what do you know about it, or, whatnot. But for those of you who don't know, I suffer from mental health like quite a lot of people. Like, I have generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, and I've suffered from depression. So I know what it's like. Obviously, everyone suffers from things in different ways and different levels. So there's going to be some people who might struggle more than me or you. There's some people who, they might just have it here or there, but they don't struggle with it as much, or it comes and goes. So yeah, I just wanted to see how you're all doing, and for any other people out there who might be struggling right now, I just wanted, see how you all were and send some love, and to let you know it will be okay. Like, yes, it's challenging at the moment, it's tricky, we're having to stay inside, there's probably only so much you can do inside, so trying to keep yourself, busy and distracted, but we will get there, you'll get there. And I saw this, I think it was a meme right at the start of lockdown when people were panic buying, and it was, can't remember exactly how it goes, but it was something along the lines of, you see these people panic buying and getting all panicky and anxious, but for people who have anxiety disorders, this is what we're like on a daily basis. Now you know what we feel like, kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, I found it slightly funny, but then I also thought, well, yeah, like, that is, what we can feel like, and there's probably better way of saying it than in a meme, but yeah, if I keep not looking at the camera, then it's because I'm on my phone and I'm trying to get used to looking at the camera but not looking at myself on the screen. But yeah, like, obviously everyone's different with their mental health and anxiety, and how we perceive things, how we cope with things, how we manage. But I would agree with that meme. Like, obviously everyone has anxiety to, fight or flight. You might be a bit nervous about presentation, or about, something at work, or have I left the oven on or something. But for people who have an anxiety disorder, whether that be generalized anxiety, whether that be panic disorder, or there's probably some more, but I don't know all of them, especially from like my point of view with mine, like how you're feeling, like how everyone's feeling with panic buying, not sure what's going to happen, they're not going to know what's going to happen or when. This is how we can feel on a daily basis, but more extreme. So personally for me, like, I'm always on edge. I might not show it, I do try not to, but I'm always, slightly in my shell, slightly hunched a bit, and tight chest and stuff. Obviously some days are worse than others, so I can go through phases where I'll just be talking really, really fast, or really fidgety and really irritable, to where other days I could be really quiet and mostly be fine, but I'm a bit off, if that makes sense. But that's what it's like for most of us. Obviously everyone's different, everyone has different experiences, or not symptoms as such, but with what they experience physically as well as mentally. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's like for us on a daily basis, and 10 times more. So in some ways, like, obviously it's not good for anyone, but in some ways this is how we feel. So by you experiencing that, even though it's not nice, hopefully that should give you a bit more of an understanding to how we feel on a daily basis. I don't mean that in a dick way, because obviously it's not nice for anyone to feel this way, but hopefully it will give a bit more awareness and understanding. And then trying to find things to do in lockdown has been a bit tricky. Like, one way I find to cope with my anxiety is by having structure and routine and keeping myself busy, because then my head can't go on and try and worry me or think about other things. So like, I overthink massively. I'm really aware of things. So like, say if you're talking to someone, their body language slightly changes, or they say something in a slightly different tone, whether that be messaging or in person or whatever the case, I will pick up on it, and I will automatically think that something's wrong or something's up. Could just be just having an off day and nothing's wrong, but how it's coming across to me could be slightly different. And one thing that I've found, especially with exploring my mental health more and trying to get out there a bit more with it, is that you're not alone. There's so many people who think the same way as you, which, even though it's not nice for to know other people are going through this, in some ways it kind of is, because you're not alone. There's other people who feel the same way as you. It's not just you and your mind. So it's reassuring to some extent, but trying to keep myself busy, especially as uni's finished, or mostly finished, and I've mostly done the work. And obviously I'm not working at the moment because my work's shut. It's trying to find things to do, and not, I'm trying to find things where your head won't overthink things or start to worry. Because there'll be things where I can feel my head sort of like, think about this kind of thing. And I'll be like, well, no, because, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do this or do that or spend whatever. Why do I need to worry? So, I don't know. I found most of the time I've been quite calm in lockdown. There's been a few times where, especially obviously when it first started, places were shutting, you weren't really sure if you'd be working, if you wouldn't, what would happen with uni. So I was quite anxious then, and was for a good few days, until people started making plans and were telling people what was happening. So then once I knew, I was fine. And then a bit more anxious with uni, as nowhere had really had this before. They were starting to go online. No one really knew what was going on. So then for our work, and especially as I'm graduating this year, it was sort of like, well, am I even going to graduate? My graduation has been postponed along with my results. So it's a bit hit and miss at the moment to whether I will actually have a full graduation or not. So that's a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit, no, you hype yourself up for it, graduation, finishing uni, and then this happens, and you feel a bit deflated. And there's sort of, I don't know, not screwed over, but because obviously this is something that not anyone's been able to help, but I don't know, hits you in a different way. Another thing I found is, well, when I can not be bothered to do it, but when I can be up to do it, is cleaning. Having a good deep clean, washing up, putting your mind into it. I found that really helpful. Or just workouts, creating workouts, talking to people, just keeping busy, or having a movie marathon. That's quite a good one. And I found making myself get dressed every day, even if it's just in workout gear or lounge gear, or if I do my makeup and do myself up a bit, anything to make you feel a bit more normal. Well, not normal, but more day-to-day routine, like you would normally would, even if you're just staying at home, or if you have to do a food shop. Or I quite like going for a walk or for a run, like making the most of the hour you're allowed out. But yeah, find what helps you. Obviously you may have to adapt things to do with what's going on, but you're not alone. And obviously, I don't know if people will still be this understanding when lockdown's lifted and we can go back to normal. Obviously, only time will tell, and everyone's different. But you're not alone, and you know, I know what you're going through. Obviously, depending on what stuff you are going through, I may not fully understand as much, or you know, may have not gone through myself, but you're not alone. And I hope this has spread some awareness for the people who may not be going through the same things or similar to those extents. So yeah, I hope this has sort of, you know, spread some awareness, you know, intrigued some people, sort of shown from our side what it can be like. Because especially before everything, you know, there've been times when I tried to talk to people about how I feel, and it always seems to be the case of, well, why do you feel like that, or why this, or why that? And with these things, there's not necessarily a reason to why we feel it. We just, sometimes you just feel things and you don't know why. But yeah, and I know obviously with the current thing, even people who don't have mental health are going to be worrying. You know, it is strange times and stressful, and especially if you have kids or relatives who are more vulnerable or anything. So, you know, we're all in this together, as they quoted in High School Musical. But, you know, in these times you need some cheesy Disney films and songs and, you know, anything to just put a smile through it on, you know, put a smile on, go through it, get through it, you know, however you cope. But yeah, hope this has helped anyone, or, you know, reassured anyone that you're not alone, or just been interesting for someone to watch. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.